Good morning, guys. My name is Kyle Peppy. Welcome back to my personal finance channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Coinbase IPO. It's not really an IPO, it's a direct listing. Should you buy it? Should you not buy it? Let's get into it. First and foremost, if you guys are enjoying the content or any of my other videos, please give this video a thumbs up as well as the other ones and subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out, would really appreciate it. But Coinbase, should you buy the IPO? Well, this is not financial advice. I'm not trying to give financial advice. You make your own decisions, obviously do your own research, blah, blah, blah. Am I going to buy some? Probably. Do I think it could be way overvalued? There's a good chance. However, let's look at Tesla or almost any other stock right now. Well, I guess not any other stock. The airlines got hit pretty hard this last year. Either way, the point is there are some crazy valuations going on out there. So why should Coinbase be any different, especially when it's basically an exchange in such a hot industry, cryptocurrency, DeFi, all that stuff. Coinbase is basically one of the main ways to onboard from fiat or a regular bank into the cryptocurrency space. That's how I transact all of my money between my bank account and then getting it into the DeFi world, Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain, all that stuff. I use Coinbase as basically the intermediary. Now I have accounts on other exchanges. I use things like BlockFi, Binance.us, etc. But Coinbase is the one that I have linked to a US bank account. That's where I send my US dollars to and from. And then I buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it is. And I can always transfer Bitcoin, Ethereum to other Bitcoin and Ethereum wallets. But Coinbase is kind of the gateway, right? They're the gateway drug, right? I was introduced to them back in, I think, early 2017. Started buying a couple $100 worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And now they're IPOing. So Coinbase, let's get back to, should you buy them? Well, obviously, as I said, that is up to you. But the way I think about it, with other stocks being so crazy valued, why not take a stab at it? So me personally, I am probably going to put a little bit out there, see what happens. Some interesting things. So Goldman Sachs and NASDAQ, I guess, have both come out with a reference price. So an IPO, what they do is they basically are sort of selling those shares to like clients of the bank and all those, rich people out there. And then they'll set a price, right? So it'll have a set price, let's say $25. So they're selling all the shares for $25. And then it will start trading at some other price, right? So it might start trading at like $80. And then the news will be like, oh, look at Coinbase, it popped over, 200% on IPO day, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I never really had a chance to buy it at the $25. I only had a chance to buy it when it started trading at $80. So it's kind of not really true, but I guess it's true, but I hate the way it's portrayed that way. Either way, with a direct listing, what they do is they have a reference price. So it was never sold to anybody, right? There's employees at the company that own the stock, and then they're gonna directly list it and start selling it to the public through a direct listing. So there's no, I guess, like IPO price that it was then sold to these wealthy individuals at, but a reference price is set. And the point of the reference price is that you can get a reference to the valuation of the company. So the reference price of $250 values Coinbase at, I've heard two different numbers. I've heard 49.19 billion and I've heard like 66 billion. Either way, somewhere in that ballpark, somewhere between 50 to 65-ish billion dollars at a reference price of $250. Now, I've heard that Coinbase is valued as high as 100 billion, which means that in theory, it could actually start trading around $500 or more, giving it a $100 billion valuation. Now, interestingly enough, there is a cryptocurrency, I guess, blockchain, a DeFi exchange called FTX, and they're trading pre-IPO, or I guess pre-direct listing shares of Coinbase there. So basically, it's sort of like a futures market, if you will. And there, it's trading at roughly $140 billion valuation, at least it was as of yesterday, which means that it could open as high as like $600 or $700 per share based on the reference price of 250 at like a $50 billion valuation. So these are all things to consider when you see where it opens at. So if you see it opening at around $500, that's roughly a $100 billion valuation. If it opens at $700, that's almost a $140 billion valuation, if not more. So just keep that in mind if you're looking to trade Coinbase, buy Coinbase and hold long term, all that jazz, and how you're valuing it. That reference price is just a good thing to keep in the back of your head so that you know if you're buying it at $1,000, you might be way overpaying, at least for now, because if Coinbase does well long term, who knows what their valuation could be. But the point is, do your own research, definitely look into it, invest what you're comfortable losing. I guess my sort of perspective is that whatever I buy for Coinbase, I could lose 50% of it like immediately, right? Like it could just gap out, there might not be enough buyers, there might not be enough liquidity, and it could just sell off, especially in this market right now. This market is at pretty much all-time highs. Bitcoin, Ethereum, both trading at all-time highs. Bitcoin just crossed 64,000. Ethereum crossed 2,400, something like that. So keep all these things in the back of your head, right? That could also lend itself to markets at all-time highs. People have a ton of money because the Fed's just pumping money into the economy, so they just have extra cash to be buying this Coinbase IPO. There's a ton of hype around it. There's a ton of hype in the cryptocurrency, DeFi space. All these people are also very wealthy and rich off of cryptocurrency and DeFi. However, are they actually converting it back to cash and buying this Coinbase IPO? That I don't know. So either way, I'm probably gonna take a little stab at it and fully expect to lose at least 50% of that money, or it could double. So it's basically a 50-50 gamble as to whether or not it goes up and down in my mind. I might be buying the top. Everybody else might be buying the top. This might be the top of crypto. We could get a nice pullback from Bitcoin, Ethereum, Coin, all that good stuff. But Coinbase is IPOing today. They have a reference price of $250 at roughly a $50 to $65 billion valuation. So keep those things in mind if you are looking to buy that print. The ticker symbol, COIN, because obviously that makes the most sense. Either way, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel would really help me out. Really appreciate it. And until next time, or I guess until the IPO or direct listing, thanks for watching, guys.